I'm 82 years old, and I lost my marriage after 42 years because I wouldn't change. I don't say that with anger anymore, not even with confusion, just with a kind of quiet understanding that came far too late to matter. The house is still the same curtains she chose, same chair I used to sit in after work. Only difference is she's not here. And the strange thing is, I used to think silence like this would feel peaceful. It doesn't. It feels unfinished. I'm not telling you this because I expect anything from you. At my age, you stop expecting things. I think I'm saying it because there's no one left who remembers it the way I do. And maybe someone listening still has time. I don't know. When I was younger, I wasn't a bad man. That's important to say. I worked. I provided. I stayed out of trouble. Back then, that felt like enough. We got married when I was 40, a little later than most people around us. She used to joke that I came into her life already set in my ways. I laughed when she said it. I thought it was a compliment. Looking back, I think she meant something else. But she never pushed, not in the beginning. She was patient in a way I didn't fully understand. Or maybe I just didn't pay attention. My days had a structure. Wake up, go to work, come home, sit in my chair. She would ask about my day. I'd give short answers. Not because I didn't care, but because I didn't think it mattered. That's something I told myself a lot. It's not a big deal. I used that sentence for years, more than I realized. There were small things she used to ask for. Not demands, just small adjustments. Can you come home a little earlier on Fridays? I was hoping we could have dinner together tonight. Do you want to go somewhere this weekend? Simple things, normal things. I always had a reason. Work was busy. I was tired. There would be another weekend. There was always another time. At least, that's what I believed. We didn't fight much. That's what I used to tell people. I was proud of that. No drama, I'd say. No problems. People would nod like that meant we had something good. I thought so too. But now, sitting here, I see it differently. We didn't fight because she stopped asking. And I didn't notice when that happened. It didn't change all at once. That's the thing people don't understand. Nothing broke in a single moment. It just shifted quietly. So quietly that I kept living the same way, thinking everything was fine. She stopped reminding me about dinner, stopped suggesting weekends away, stopped asking me to sit with her. And I told myself, she understands. She's easygoing. She knows how life is. I gave her a lot of credit for things that weren't true. There was a night, I remember it clearly now. She had cooked something special. I don't even remember what it was. But I remember the table was set differently. Candles. 2 plates already served. I came home late. Again. I told her I had to stay back. She didn't argue. She just nodded. Said, "It's okay." I ate alone later that night. Food was cold. I didn't think much of it. I should have. After that, something changed in the house. Not loudly. Just a kind of distance. Like we were living side by side instead of together. But I got used to it. That's the dangerous part. You can get used to almost anything. Even losing someone. Slowly. Years passed like that. Routine became everything. Predictable. Quiet. Safe. I thought safe meant good. I didn't realize safe can also mean empty. People would ask about us. I'd say, we're fine. And in a way, we were. There were no big arguments. No dramatic scenes. Just less and less of her. And I didn't question it. Not once. I remember one evening she sat across from me and said, "Do you think we're happy?" I didn't even look up properly. I said, "Of course we are." It felt like the right answer. Logical. Obvious. She didn't respond. That should have told me something. But I went back to what I was doing. Like the conversation had ended. Maybe that was the moment it really ended. I just didn't know it yet. The day she left wasn't dramatic. No shouting, no tears. That's what stayed with me. I came home and her things were gone. Closet half empty. Bathroom shelf cleared. Her side of the bed untouched. There was a note. Short, simple. I waited for you to meet me halfway. You never did. I read it more than once, not because I didn't understand the words, but because I didn't understand how it had come to this. It felt sudden, but it wasn't. That's what I see now. I tried to call her. She didn't pick up. I told myself she just needed space, that she'd come back, that this was temporary. I had believed in later for so long. I thought this would also fix itself with time. It didn't. Weeks turned into months, months into years, and slowly something settled in me. Not anger, not even sadness at first, just realization. A quiet one, the kind that doesn't hit all at once. It builds, piece by piece, memory by memory. I started remembering things differently. The dinners I missed, the weekends I postponed, the conversations I rushed, the way she used to look at me when she was still trying, and the way that look disappeared. I didn't notice when it faded. That's what hurts the most. Not that it happened, but that I didn't see it happening. I used to think big mistakes ruined relationships. Something obvious, something dramatic. But that's not how it works. At least, not for me. It was smaller than that. Quieter. It was every time I chose not to adjust. Every time I said, this is just how I am. I wore that like it meant strength. Like consistency was something to be proud of. I didn't realize it can also be stubbornness. And stubbornness can cost you everything. I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I didn't betray her in any obvious way. And still, I lost her. That took me a long time to accept, because I kept looking for a bigger reason, something clear, something I could point to and say, that's where it went wrong. But there wasn't one moment. It was all of them, together, over years. She moved on. I heard that through someone else. She built a life, a different one. And I'm glad she did. I think she deserved that, even if I wasn't part of it. As for me, I stayed here. Same house, same chair, same routines. Only now, there's no one adjusting around me. And it turns out, this version of life doesn't feel as solid as I thought it would. I used to believe that being steady was enough, that if you didn't do anything wrong, things would stay. But staying the same isn't the same as staying connected. That's something I learned after it was too late to use it. If you're listening to me right now, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I don't think it works that way. People hear what they're ready to hear and ignore the rest. I know I did. But I will say this. I thought I had time. I really believe that. Time to listen later. Time to show up later. Time to change later. I was wrong. Not all at once. Just eventually. If someone in your life is still asking, still trying, still reaching toward you in small ways, pay attention to that. Those small things don't stay forever. I know that now. I used to think love could survive anything, as long as nothing terrible happened. But sometimes, nothing terrible happening is exactly what makes it fade. Because you stop noticing, you stop adjusting, you stop meeting the other person where they are, and one day, they stop waiting. I don't blame her anymore. For a long time I did. I thought she gave up too easily, but now, I think she waited longer than she should have. There's a part of me that still wonders, what would have happened if I had just said yes a few more times? Came home earlier, sat with her longer, listened without rushing. Would it have changed everything? I don't know, but I know it wouldn't have made things worse. At this age, you don't get many chances to look back honestly. Most people avoid it. It's easier that way. But when the house is this quiet, there's not much else to do. I don't have regrets in the way people usually talk about them. No big dramatic moment. No single decision I can undo. Just a long series of small ones, and the space they created. If this meant something to you, you don't have to say anything. Just think about the people in your life, the ones who are still there, still speaking, still waiting. Because one day, they might not be. And when that day comes, it won't feel sudden, even if it looks like it. I'm 82 years old now, and I understand something I didn't understand at 40, or 50, or even 60. Change isn't about losing who you are. Sometimes it's the only way to keep what matters. I just learned that after everything that mattered was already gone.